Oh, I'm not focused. Ugh. Ugh. Don't look at that. What's going on, you guys? How's it going? Oh my gosh, there's so many people talking here. Crate time. Perfect. Yes. So, whew, um, how's it going? I am doing. I think today's number stream like number 9, or maybe like 8.5. Last stream, basically, like everything broke. I don't know why. Uh, I guess I broke a cable whenever I was moving, and then my computer died, and then it killed the stream. And when I tried to restart, YouTube does this thing where it like kicks people out, and then like when you start a new stream, it actually has like a new URL, so people can't get to it. And then for some reason, I think Twitch did too, because um, nobody was able to come back, or maybe people just left. I don't know, but I changed a few things on the stream. You'll see it, but underneath me now, I can point to my social media stuff a little bit easier, like on this area. I guess I could go ahead and just say if you're here and you want to catch up. I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff I've done before. You can look at the YouTube link right here, and all the past streams, even the one that's been interrupted, is copied over to YouTube automatically, so you can go back and watch those. And then, of course, Mixer's gone, so there's no Mixer down here. But if you're on Twitch and you like using Twitch, make sure you interact with the chat or something. If you like YouTube, use that, because eventually I'm gonna get rid of one of them and just stick to the other. So your engagement helps me figure out which one to stick with. I guess about that time I'll look more professional too. I'll probably get a haircut like at the end of the year whenever places start opening back up and it's safe. But yeah, my beard is pretty disgusting too. Like I didn't realize how nasty it looked. And my skin, like it's usually my skin's perfect and flawless and just beautiful, but it's disgusting. And I've let myself go. Oh my gosh, I've been eating too many tendies. Okay. So let's talk about where we're at with. Oh yeah, by the way, even down there, Mixer's gone too. So, like I said, I updated a few things about the stream. I think I'm gonna try to like add sound effects or something too. So let me know if you think I should add like children screaming or like people laughing or something. I think it'll be kind of funny whenever we run into stupid stuff. Okay, let's look at where we're at with the game. We were. Oh, actually, you know what? I wrote notes so that I would remember in the sticky note program. Okay, so we did the conveyor belt last time, and can enter and can leave based on a direction. We got those things done. So we actually, even though the stream was interrupted last time, for like the hour and a half that we worked, we got through so much. I think we were working on teleportation, and I'll try to find a level that has it. But I think where we left off was trying to basically move from one place to the other. And our current movement code slides you, and we don't want to slide from one place to another. So we have to implement a different kind of movement method. And teleportation was having its own kind of, I guess you could say, a constant or enumeration. Okay, here we go. Perfect. And what's up, Katsuragi? How's it going? Raj, thanks for showing up. Tariq, you're always here, man. You're like my number one fan. I love it. Thank you. And Zoda EX is here too. I appreciate you showing up, man. I do. And encouraging me to make a Vita port, which I do want to make one, but now that I have the BitBoy code in C++, it might come quicker, a little bit sooner than later. But let's go ahead and step on this teleportation pad and see where I go. I think if I want to make a prediction here, I think I teleport, but then when I move, I'm not on the right spot. Oh yeah, so I moved. I think I teleported to the top left corner, but I'm offset by a little bit. So I think what I do is I set my value, but I don't multiply it by the tile size. So I can like, oh, I can't even move. That's maybe not the best example. Let's try this level. Okay, yeah, you see it's like I'm offset by a little bit. I get stuck. That's very weird. Okay, so I think I just need to multiply it by tile size and I should be good. You're a big fan of me too? Thank you. Oh. I'm gonna be the next ninja, I think. I'm gonna become a millionaire. Or the next PewDiePie, is he famous, right? He's a famous YouTube man. Yeah, I'll become super famous like them making cool video games. Okay, so let's take a look at the code. We had a procedure called teledude. And oh, by the way, my new apartment, I'm liking it a little bit more. I finally moved everything in. Um, there's a lot of extra boxes back there I still need to throw out, but I also got a cat. You can see him in the background. Look at that. Look how fat that guy is. Look at that cat. His name is Echo. And he got bit whenever he was a baby on his neck, so he can't really meow properly. So if you hear a noise in the background, that's him trying to meow. All right. Oh, he's heavy. He was 26 pounds, and then I put him on a diet, and he became 16 pounds. And then I gave him to my mom for like 9 months, and then I finally got him back now that I've moved, and he's back to 26 pounds. He's super fat. What's up, Jimmy Russells? How's it going, man? I was just showing them my fat cat back in the background. All right, so Telly Dude. Two tile. Okay, so we set the two tile in X and Y. I want to see here if our two tile is multiplied um by X or by tile size. Let's see. Nope. So then that means maybe we do it down here. The Rescue Rangers? Like the Rescuers Down Under? Is that what they were called, the Rescue Rangers? I don't know if he's gonna ever get up for any kind of food, actually. He used to sleep with his head in the food bowl because I bought an automatic food feeder. And he would sleep with it right here and and try to like eat the food while he's sleeping. Super lazy. The Rescue Rangers. What are Rescue Rangers? Oh, yeah, I guess they're kind of like the Rescuers Down Under, but they're just a different pest, different animal. Totally forgot what those things were called. Hmm. Hmm. So we set the two tile X and Y. So here, so this is where we have the map offset plus dude Y to set the to set circuit dude in the right spot. But I don't set for draw dude, but I don't set anything here like this. Oh, that. Hmm. So dude X, where do I set dude X at? Yeah, so dude X, that's where I use tile size. Move dude. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and just multiply right here in the draw dude. I think this should work, but I don't think that's a long-term solution for this, but we'll find a better place later. A feline terrorist? Oh my gosh, let's not get too political. Oh, fat cat, I see, I see. Yeah, I've completely forgot all the characters of that show. I didn't have Disney Channel growing up, or like ABC Family, so I really didn't get to see a lot of those shows, like Darkwing Duck and Goof Troop and stuff. Find the teleportation pad, and I'm kind of glad that I waited till later to implement this because it seems like a lot more straightforward to implement the teleportation pads. Hey, look at that. He's where he's supposed to be. And he interacts with tiles properly too. So this teleportation pad I think is a super fun mechanic that I've included. And originally in the first version for the Arter Boy, it didn't have this. It just had the had everything else except for the teleportation pad and maybe another mechanic. But adding the teleportation pad really made the level variety fun. And when I had a contest a long time ago for people to make their own levels, almost everybody used it. So I think they found it to be fun as well. Hmm. Oh, I've killed myself. So one of the things about the teleportation pad too is once you step on it, you teleport, and you don't teleport again until you step back onto it. So if you get into a situation where you have to teleport into it, it can kill you. Or, well, you kill yourself, but. Okay, so in the Artie Boy version of this game, let me go ahead and just pull that up. Wait. Okay, no, wait, because that's a different level. Okay, I can't skip ahead in the Artie Boy version like I can with this to cheat. But basically, whenever you use the teleportation pad, you like ping pong between the two spots rapidly. So in the draw dude function, what I want to do is instead of having dude X and dude Y to be drawn, to like one time, move him one time, the entire time that dude moving is greater than one, we'll actually alternate. So we'll alternate between um, the from tile and to tile. And that'll kind of simulate the ping ponging that I'm talking about. And we'll do that based off of the frame global variable that we have down here in the gameplay. We iterate this, and this is what's used for our animation. So I'll just see if it's on an odd number with modulus. So if frame mod 2, then we're going to do this. But otherwise, we're going to do this. And I totally forgot how to do an if-else statement. So we're going to have to look that up real quick. Can I just do this? Wait, did I use else anywhere else? I did. Oh no, it's in a switch statement. in there. So we're gonna have to just throw this in and see if it works. And I'm pretty sure Raj would let me know if I'm doing it wrong before I even run it. Boolean expression expected. That makes sense. I have to be specific. I can't use C++ syntax. Okay, let's see. 582. So it looks like there is an issue. Get rid of the semicolon on the end before the else. So like that. Thanks, Raj. I figured you would let me know what it was before I could figure it out. Yeah, that's a weird thing to do, but I guess it makes sense. The semicolon's supposed to terminate, like, I guess this idea. You're supposed to terminate each line with it, with these, but this last one kind of ends this whole if statement thing because it could be written in one line pretty much. Okay, let's run it then and see what happens. Oh wait, did I do? Oh, I didn't even do what I wanted to do. I have two tile, but I want to do from tile. No, this one right here. I have to recompile that. It would make it a little clearer too if I had like the background behind him blanked out. Right now I don't have that. I should probably try to go through and figure out how to do that. But it's graphical, so it could be, you know, you can wait on to it. You can wait to do it till later. Yes. There we go. What the heck? How long is moving? I guess if I go into on an odd frame. So I'm actually changing dude X and dude Y, which is like the absolute like truth of where circuit dude is in the game. And changing it based on frame, which I really shouldn't be. I should do dude moving, not necessarily frame. Because dude moving is always decreasing and it will always end up in the same value of 0. Frame won't be. Frame will always be increasing and you can start anytime. So this will let it be a little bit more deterministic. But the dude moving is only like four frames or something like that. It seemed like it was really short, or maybe even 2 frames. So whenever I teleport dude moving, which is again like the timer, it's being set to 12. And that's like really fast. I'll do 400 and see if we can get that ping pong effect that we're looking for. There might be something else that I'm overlooking though. Oh, frame mod. Okay, let's see. You're saying that perhaps this should also be like that? I don't think that'll make a difference right now because we've switched from using frame. But I'll toss that in just in case. Okay, so it looks like he's not displayed at all whenever dude moving is greater than 0. I have a suspicion that whenever it reaches 0, he'll be displayed again. There he goes. So that took 400 frames, I guess, for that to happen. So let's see. Look at this. I have teleporting draw equals false. Of course, I shouldn't do that. I should allow him to be drawn. Which makes me think, like, why would I have that variable at all in there? But there are times when you want to not draw circuit dude, and I'll show you in a minute. We'll be killing him by going through trapdoors, and we'll actually do like a sliding animation at that point. Okay, so now that we're drawing him for sure, yeah, there we go. We have that ping pong effect. Stove Man? Oh, you changed your name, dude. What's going on, dude? Thanks for showing up. I'm doing Circuit Dude gameplay stuff. My stream last time died, so I didn't get to finish teleporting, but I got it working just as he showed up. Oh, by the way, I thought of some interesting stove-related gags or things that you could use for your stream. You could do like a stove themed like avatar and logo and stuff. It would be hot. If I recall correct, Raj says, if I recall correctly, it needs each sum to be individually processed, and the brackets help the compiler do that. Yeah, that's weird that it doesn't have like an order of operations, if that's true. If I open up a new document real quick, you're saying if frame mod 2 equals to 0 needs to be put in like this because if you do it without the parentheses, basically what it's doing is it's saying like maybe 2 equals to 0, and that's false, which is equal to 0. And so maybe frame mod 0, which is like, I don't know, always going to be a value more than 0 maybe, or some other weird thing, and that's going to be maybe true for most of the time. But if you put it like this, we'll get the actual mathematical computation that we're looking for, which is pretty annoying. I'd figure that order of operations would work like other programming languages, where it purposely, this is getting into like interpreters and stuff, and what are they called, syntax trees, where it looks at the equal comparison and splits it from there first. But this is an old language, so maybe it does something different, whatever's faster. Okay, so teleportation works, the animation works. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that off with this list. And falling to your death is next, which I kind of alluded to earlier. I'll restart real quick and I'll show you what I mean. So some levels have a tile that you can walk onto, which is like these gates, like the one right above Circuit Dude right now. And if I step onto it, nothing happens. And if I step off of it, it opens up. And if you step back onto it, it can kill you, and you have to restart the level. So what we want to do, instead of just walking in and dying instantly, we want to have like some sort of animation where you're like walking in, and then kind of like a cartoon where you're like falling into a black hole or something. could do bitwise with 1 and check even odd. I guess I could do that too. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay within the parameters of what Pascal wants. I think it doesn't cast true and false to numbers, or numbers to true and false, the way you would expect it to in C. There might be a stupid technical reason for that, but I want to avoid messing with any of that stuff, so I'm just gonna program it out like the documents kind of tell you to. Okay, so to make this happen, the falling into the black hole, on the Ardu Boy and on the Palm Pilot, it looks fine. Like if I walk into this, you don't see any weird artifacts or anything, because he's, let me magnify into it with my special enhance. There we go. So if I walk into this, oh my gosh, dang it, clicked when I shouldn't have. Let me get to that level again. Okay, so if I walk into this, there's no weird artifacts or anything, because he's the same color as the background, and so you see him just kind of walk into it and die. But on the BitBoy, where you have color, he's not going to match the same color as the background. So you have to, which is essentially a hole in the wall, or a hole in the ground. So you have to make him like look like he's falling into the hole, and through it all the way down. So he's stuck. Whenever he gets moved to this spot right now, he dies. But we want to continue his movement downward until he reaches this tile. And whenever he reaches this tile, that's when he'll die. But we want him to be drawn over this tile and under this tile. And we can do that by setting a new movement type. Instead of teleporting, we'll have one called falling. And right now we set the teledude procedure, which changes his movement direction to teleporting in the on enter. So whenever we have the on enter, for trap door that's opened right here, trap O, instead of reloading this level, we want to set his movement to falling. And dude direction is what we call it. Dude direction. So dude direction equals to falling. And of course we need to do movement timer, or dude moving, which is our movement timer, to 12. Yeah, 12. Actually, let's change that from he's gonna move the entire width, entire height of one tile. So instead of 12, we'll just say tile size, and we'll move 1 pixel every frame. Shelterin, is that an emoji or a reaction from YouTube? I'm not familiar with that one. I'm using restream.io. So it shows me the chat from all these different chat services combined together. So it unfortunately filters out any like emojis and stuff. So whenever people send me stuff, it looks like the text for it, and I can't tell what's going on. Okay, so dude direction is falling. So here in draw dude, we should do based on his direction that he's moving. Remember, if it's teleporting, we do all this mess. We need to do a new case, and that case will be falling. and we'll do a different set of stuff. And right now, dude X is basically, no, dude Y is basically his vertical position, and we can decrease that, or yeah, increase it every frame that we're moving. Right now, we also want him to die whenever dude moving, of course, reaches the final destination of 0. So we should probably introduce a new variable here, for if he's actually alive or not. Because now that we've introduced a new way of dying, we should, and we'll probably rely on it later. Dude alive. We'll need to use this variable later on for whenever he's blowing himself up. And if dude moving equals 0, then dude alive equals false. And actually, we'll do that in dude moving down here in the gameplay loop, because we have dude moving equals 0, then it becomes -1. And this is whenever the player would regain the ability to move him. So we'll say, because we check here if he's teleporting, right? If he's not teleporting, then do that. Okay. Well, if not dude direction equals to falling, then cat in the box emoji. Are you saying that? Check this out. Galactic this cat. Look. I was showing them earlier. I got my cat back from my mom. He's huge. He's giant. Echo. He's huge. He's huge. Okay, back to teleportation and killing. All right, so if dude moving, wait a minute, what was I doing? I don't know why I did that. We already know that dude moving is 0 here, so we just say that dude alive is false, and I don't know if we need to go ahead and draw this stuff right here, but I think we should do if dude direction is not teleporting, then I'm going to do this. I don't want to jump into this if statement right afterwards, because I want it to just go down here and draw the map. Hey, buddy. So the best way to avoid this. I guess we'll just do this. If not dude alive, then this might not be the cleanest way to do this, but it would future-proof this game, technically speaking. We could have more ways to die. In the later on, like the later versions of the game for the Palm Pilot and iOS and not Palm Pilot, what am I thinking? Steam. For the Steam version, and Switch and iOS and stuff, there's other ways to die too, and I think this is where I put it in for those versions, but right now, just one way to die, which is falling to your death. So, whenever your movement reaches 0, if you're falling, dude alive equals false, and then at the bottom down here, we redraw everything, but we want to go to we want to go ahead and just do load level, current level. Of course, if dude alive, or not, yeah, if not dude alive, then load level. Basically redoing everything. And of course, whenever we load the level, that would be a good place to say that dude alive is true. I think where we're at now, if we were to run this, oh, got an error. 484. Yeah, okay. I think I would actually slide. What the heck, again? 622. Okay, there we go. I think I would slide down and then die, but I would not be behind anything. It would be like I'm just sliding down to the next tile. We don't want that. We want to actually be behind something. What the heck? Gets pushed back? Okay. If not due direction. Okay. If due direction is equal to falling, then we want to kill him. We were basically killing him every time we moved. Oh. So whenever I step on this tile, let me magnify, enhance. Okay, so every time I move onto a tile like this, on enter will fire, and on enter will say that I'm in the falling state. And if I'm in the falling state, my movement timer will be set to tile size, and my Y should then decrease by 1. And then whenever the movement timer becomes 0, it should end the level. So let's go ahead and try that. Looks like it didn't work. I can just walk onto this tile now. Okay, we gotta figure out what that is. What that issue is. Oh, I see. I think I know what happens. The function, or the if statement I wrote down here, is inverted. If you're alive, then you want to handle the teleportation and on enter stuff. Otherwise, you should ignore that. If you're falling, it should ignore that, of course. And it should just carry on until the level is completed. Until your death is completed. Okay, so this time I'm not. I guess I'm stuck here. It's not moving my value down, my y value at all. Dude, y equals 2. So if falling, oh, I think I know why. It's because dude y is being set right here, but then it's being set down here as well. So I think instead I'll use this y offset. I'll use y offset. Yeah. Y offset equals to 1. That might be the right variable I need to use. I can't move anymore. Did I save it? I did save it. Hmm. Hmm. Dude moving is greater than 1, greater than -1. We don't need to set dude moving here to 400. Do yeah, so whenever you step on a trap door, let's do something. Hmm. Hmm. Well, we could do, I don't know, we could try something weird. Do something like that. Actually, where do we set this at? Dude X. I have a hunch. Yeah, I don't know. It's not compiling properly. Recompile it. Okay, so it gets stuck there still. So dude moving is definitely greater than -1. Falling is definitely his dude direction, right? Okay. Set the falling. What else do I do for move dude? What does move dude do? So move dude. Oh man. Yeah, so look, it does move dude the given direction. And of course we could pass falling into this. And dude direction, setting it, okay. From tile. So it sets the from tile. It gets the direction, and then it gets the to tile. Then it checks to see what happens when you do on leave. Which means that if I have a button right next to a trapdoor hole, it wouldn't fire the trap. It wouldn't fire the button, which is okay because I guess you'll die. But I want to, instead of setting move dude direction to falling and then dude moving, I'll just use the same function or same procedure, move dude, and I'll set it to falling. And on enter. I'm wondering, should I do for this on enter equals to true because something fired whenever you entered that tile? Forgot where I call on enter. Oh, that's right. Okay, so this is what happens. If you're alive, when you step onto the trap door that's open, if not dude direction equals teleporting, then so I set the okay, so I set dude direction to stay because on enter is false. Okay, so we set on enter to true, the return value. Whenever we set move dude to falling, this should not change his movement to stay. It should continue to be falling and count down properly and slide him downwards. Okay, so I think that will solve our problem. Let's go ahead and try. Oh, and I'll enhance so that you can see the moment of truth with me. Ooh, okay, that was really fast. But it did do what I wanted it to do. Well, for a moment there. You see how it like has a smearing effect right here from circuit dude moving down? I think what I need to do is what I did on the BitBoy was I redrew this tile. So I think, unenhance. Do I have a draw tile? Where are my functions here? Draw them. Draw dude. Okay. Draw map dynamic. Let's take a look at that procedure. Hmm. So this is drawing all the dynamic tiles in the the map. Oh, we had a draw map function that took a tile. We had a function for drawing a specific tile. Redraw equals true. What is redraw? Oh, redraw is the entire dynamic map and the static map. Draw map static. Let's look at draw map static. Oh, draw map tile. That's exactly what I'm looking for right there. Hey, wait a minute. Why does this work? Why does that compile without the semicolon? What the heck? That doesn't seem like it's right. Okay, so this is what we were looking for. Draw map tile. Yeah, so we do it every frame underneath as circuit dude is moving on top between the two tiles. So whenever we are whenever circuit dude is falling, let's see that. We're drawing circuit dude right here. Let's do if dude direction equals falling, then begin end, and we're going to draw the tile underneath circuit dude that he's like kind of falling into. But then that makes me wonder, what if he's drawing what if he's falling like near the edge of the screen? Can I do draw bitmap pointer? What are some of those things? Oh, when draw bitmap. What I would ideally do is just like draw the circuit dude like shrinking, and then also like sliding down at the same time, so he would look like that. So he looks like he's like falling into the hole, which I wasn't really able to accomplish on the Artie Boy or the Bit Boy. So I wonder if I can bitmap. Draw bitmap. I wonder if there's like a when draw bitmap portion I can look up. If there is, then I might be able to get away with using that instead. Kama Sutra? We had a man, there was a directory that we had with documentation, right? NS Basic? Nah, that's NS Basic. That's old stuff. What's the document for this? I think I had it. Documentation, HS Pascal. Winddraw. See what other winddraw functions there are, because there might be like well, there's only one example. What the heck? There might be like I said, a cropped version. This looks like it's a good location to kind of steal info from. So it looks like it doesn't really have any kind of cropped bitmap or something, or portion of a bitmap we could use. So I think what's going to be best is, yeah, if I go ahead and just do draw map tile for his current X location, dudex div tile size, and the tile beneath him. Hey Zoda, what Palm Pilot model did you have? Did you say that you had a tungsten? Did you say that you had a tungsten one? Hair is getting in the way. Tungsten. Okay, so I think this will draw underneath, but draw map tile. We want to make sure that if we're drawing outside of the map for the game, then we'll just exit out real quick. So if x is less than 0, then exit. If x is greater than 13, then exit. If y is less than 0, then exit. And then if y is greater than 7, then exit. So this should draw the tile that Circuit Dude is moving into, and effectively stamping over whatever he's drawn. But if he moves into a tile where he's going off the screen, that's at the edge of the screen on the bottom, then he'll be drawn into the screen. So we have to somehow erase whatever we just drew. So I think I erase before I draw with the draw map tile. And right here, I think I'm going to go ahead and paste this stuff in, and we'll use it in a second, but let's go ahead and just test this, and I'll show you what the problem is I'm kind of foreseeing. If this is working, then okay. One of the things though, whenever I step onto this tile, you can't really see what's going on. Like, you just kind of have to believe me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it to where we don't see these tiles anymore. I'm going to make it to where we exclude the drawing for the trap O. So draw map tile for Yeah, so draw map tile. See how I just say exit if it's blank? What I'm going to do is, if it's trap O, then also exit. Also, I like to kind of keep the same spelling for everything, so I'll do all caps there. And we actually have a good test case for this issue, because there is definitely a level that is going to show the exact issue. All right, so if I go up, it should disappear. It does. And then when I go down, it should automatically slide me down. But this square underneath me should be drawn over. So you're only seeing like a portion, the top portion of him, as he steps onto this piece. And it might be kind of fast. And that that didn't work too well. Happened. I think I need to use these variables instead of what I'm currently doing. X divided by tile size. I need to throw these in real quick. That might a little bit better. But we also might need to slow the game down a little bit so that I can actually see what's going on. Oh, I think that kind of worked. But as I said, it's going a little too fast. So I do 6 divided by 30. Maybe we do like 4. That might help. But then again, you know what? I think, yeah, okay. We'll just see what happens. This might slow the game down, but it might not. It might just slow down the drawing. Okay. It definitely slows down the logic too, which is good. Zoda, you said it had bad battery life. You know, back in the day, the Palm Pilots had pretty good battery life, the ones that I've had. And I ordered a new battery recently, and it lasts like multiple weeks with the Palm Pilot. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. So Sergeant Jimmy Russell says on YouTube that this looks like it works, but I'm not super convinced. I think I jump a little bit down. So I think there might be an offset for some reason. Here we go. Oh, that worked. Actually, it did work, except for for some reason I'm drawn like I slide from here all the way to here. That's interesting. Okay. So that kind of illustrates the strategy I'm trying to do to draw this level. It looks like I'm going behind that tile, which is it's really cool actually. It's cool to look at, but I need to not slide down so far. I bet. Wait, let me unenhance that. I bet Huh. No, I don't think it's a from tile to tile thing. Maybe it is for this. Okay, magnify this again. Man, the speed is killing me. Hmm. I wonder if he's moving. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's because I tried here falling offset 2. We only want to do 1. Duh. Of course. And I did 2 to make him like fall a little bit faster just in case we were missing something. So that should totally work. Okay, so let's make sure this works after that value is changed back to 1. And and then I'll show you the error that we're going to have to figure out how to get past. Okay, perfect. All right, now it's working. Let me find the level. Okay. Let me magnify in a little bit more. So earlier I told you that I'm not drawing the trapdoors that have opened up. And so this level is the first level where you see the doors that are opened up, and it's supposed to teach you that falling into a trapdoor will kill you. And then the next level tells you that there's doors that open up to be trap holes. So this one actually introduces the hole before the trapdoor. So since we turned the drawing of the trapdoors off, you can't see it. But if you've played through Circuit Dude before on the Ardu Boy or the Bit Boy or something, you know that there's a hole right here. And the reason is because if you step on this switch to reverse the direction of the conveyor belts, this one will be pointing down. And you'll learn that if you ride on the conveyor belt downward and land on the spot, you'll die. But the level ends right here at this line. So in theory, if I step in this hole, which will take me a little bit. Oh my gosh, that was so fast. If I step on this hole, Circuit Dude will move downward. And what we were doing was we were drawing tiles over where he was sliding down into. However, it's out of the map right here. So if he slides down into this area, it won't draw a tile right there. So you'll see him actually slide down. That's my theory. So we'll test that real quick. And if that's the case, we'll have to do something where we erase the drawing as we draw it. So see, that's what our problem is. And it's outside of the map, which means that we don't ever refresh this area or clear it out or anything. So, but that seems pretty easy. What we'll do is we'll use this rectangle thing. We'll reset this rectangle called eraser. Do I use it anywhere else? Oh, it's a... Oh man, okay. It is actually a local variable, but I'll go ahead and make it a global variable just so that we can use it elsewhere. I'll put it up here. So when we're falling through the hole, when we draw him falling, which is basically right here, then we're going to draw the tile, before we try to draw the tile, we'll go up here and erase the tile that's drawn previously. Which is okay, because if there is a tile, we'll draw it here anyways. So it's not that big of a deal. And map set X, X and Y. X is going to be let's see, from tile and to tile, respectively, +1. And it looks like I spelled tile size with a lowercase, so I'm just going to throw this to be uppercase too. So this should get rid of that problem, and we'll be able to go back and test, and then we'll turn the trapdoors back on. And while we're waiting for that, I'll go ahead and just cross off falling to your death, because pretty much got that one taken care of. Okay, so remember the hole is right here. So let me try to get over there. Also, I have a theory that sometimes CircuitDo will run really fast, because the Palm Pilot might run faster whenever it detects an event. So me touching a button or touching the screen will cause it to calculate stuff faster and potentially not draw the same speed that it calculates stuff. So I'm going to step on this tile and see what happens. And that works exactly like we want it to. Excellent. So just to test to make sure that it actually resets to level 2, just because I'm a little paranoid, I'm going to step on a computer chip. Okay, so it does reset the level properly, and I'll look for trap O, and we'll just get rid of this. And now we should draw trap O's, which are the trapdoors that are open up. So we did all that, and what else is there? There is temperature, in-game buttons, UI, and menus. So let me pull up CircuitDo real quick for the Arduboy. Oh, by the way, check this out. If you haven't picked up CircuitDo yet on Steam, it is 50% off. Sorry for the little plug. It's 50% off on Steam right now, so it's only $2.99. And it comes with all the levels from the Arduboy version, all the mechanics, and a little bit extra more. There is a level editor too, so you get all that stuff. And you can actually see the trap holes right there in this version that we're kind of working with. So you have these blocks that you can push around in the PC version. They're not in the Arduboy version. They're not going to be in the Palm Pilot version. And when you step on a trap door, it opens up. That goes kind of fast because it's fast forwarding a little bit. But you step on a trap door and it opens up, just like the version for the Palm Pilot. But what you do with that in the full version is you can push a block, as he just did, into a spot that has a hole, and the block will fall into the hole. Maybe the video doesn't do a good job showing you, but once you push it in, that block becomes like a way to walk over that spot. So a little bit more complex puzzles in that version. I wish I could do it in the Palm Pilot version of the game, but I'm trying to keep it the same way it is on the Arduboy, and the Arduboy definitely doesn't have enough space for that because it's only 32 kilobytes of memory. But let's go ahead and show you what happens on the Arduboy whenever you kill yourself, because I think that's what we're going to implement next in the game. Okay, so when you play the game and you're walking around, if you ever get stuck on a level, you can blow yourself up by holding down a button, and you see on the right side this little temperature gauge pop up and increase, and as you do, the screen starts shaking too. So we have this map x offset variable, and that's set up when we do initialize. But pretty much what we can do is change those values, and the map should shake the entire screen. And then, of course, whenever you're blowing up, there should be a temperature gauge or something drawn on the side of the screen that lets you know that your temperature is going to go up. But the problem is that the Arduboy screen is so much tinier than the Palmpilot screen. You have to think, well, what can you do to fill up the rest of the screen? Obviously, you could put the thermostat or thermometer or whatever right here, but then you have all this other space and very little to put up there. So I think what I want to do is some sort of stats. The PC version of Circuit Dude, I'll just show you one more time. And of course the Android and the Android version and stuff. It tells you, well, that's an old version. Let's see. This is the updated version. It tells you how many steps you've taken per level. So you can try to go back and beat a level with fewer steps. And also how many times you've died and how many times you've beaten the level, and of course what level you're on. So I think we should go ahead and throw that in here as well somewhere. And if we do that, then maybe we could see where we can put the thermometer and other stuff that's going to be in the level. For Circuit Dude, for the Arduboy, we just kind of have like random pixel art to make it look cool. No physical copy of Circuit Dude. Well, if Steam bans you, one, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like it's probably kind of hard to get banned on Steam, but you know, of course, you can always buy an iPhone or Android version or Switch, and the Switch version should be coming out. It's supposed to come out by the beginning of next month, July, which is like a week away, but some stuff happened, and I'm trying to get Nintendo and some other people involved to play nice and nicely, kindly help me out with the issues that I'm working through for that. But you know, if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. But if Limited Run or somebody wants to reach out to me and put a physical version out there, I'd love to do that with them. Maybe even like throw an Arduboy or something in there that has my game on it. But we'll see. Okay, so I guess the next step that we're going to do is in game stats. And right now we're not really keeping track of any of the stats. Load level. Actually, yeah, we're not keeping track of any of the stats. We have 75 levels, so we should have an array for steps that's going to be 75, length of 75. Of, I guess, integer. And we're going to have a depth and wins. And I guess what we can use also is wins to figure out what levels you've unlocked and what levels you can play. What's steps? Move dude. Oh, you know what? What we need to do we have steps, depths, and winds. What I want to do is step and make this an array, or make it an integer, and this will count the steps within the current level, so that we can have like a local variable that will change without changing steps. Steps will just be the record of the least amount of steps to beat a level. Dude, you bought three Pro controllers? I'm sorry to hear that. I don't have any Pro controllers, and I guess one of the only games that I play on the Switch is Smash, so I just use a GameCube controller for that. Load level. Every time we load a level, we just can go ahead and set the value of step to be 0. And when we move dude, we can increase that value. If not dude direction equals to falling, then step equals to step plus 1. Oh, but it looks like right here we have step. Let me go ahead and just change this value. Levels, level. We'll just call it like, I don't know, section or part. Part sounds better. Step equals to 0, step plus 1. And we're going to need to win draw cars. Right. So I'll look up in some of these example files that came with Pascal for win draw cars and see what they do. So it looks like the text to print plus the length of text to print plus the coordinates for where to draw them. So go ahead and throw that in there too. Wait a minute. Yeah. So draw static. I wonder if we have to erase using the. We're gonna have to. Oh man, yeah, this is gonna be a mess. Move dude. Okay, so it looks like what we're gonna have to do is whenever you move circuit dude and step is increasing, we want the text to basically update and reflect that. But it looks like we're gonna have to also redraw afterwards the stats. So let's go ahead and draw stats. Make that a procedure, and we'll put it with this other draw stuff up here. Draw map dynamic. Draw stats. And we'll use win draw cars. to print. The string that we're going to print is, I think we can concat strings the same way we could in like modern languages. So probably something like steps plus step. And then we'll just write 0, 0 for now for the coordinates. And actually we need to do a length. One, 7. Actually we can just write 7. You know what? Actually, when draw cars, I wonder if this goes out of, let's just write, for now, let's write 8 characters. We want to draw 8 characters, which is steps, colon, space, and then the number 0, and see if that works. Syntax error 227. Looks like we actually need to concatenate strings. Special procedures and functions exist for strings. The plus operator can use for concatenating strings. So I think we need to cast a string. We have to cast to a string and then concatenate it every single time. Interesting. Maybe this. And then if this works, then doing the length will just be the length of this plus the length of this. Syntax error again. How did we didn't we cast something earlier? Yeah, we did it up here. Where we concatenate, or keep saying concat, we keep casting it to an integer up here, and you'd figure we'd be able to cast something to a string this way too. str maybe? Yeah, I was gonna try that, but it doesn't highlight. When I was typing it, it didn't highlight it, but we can try that. Nope. We'll just, in the source code, kind of search through. Comment out. Typecasting. Untyped variable parameters. That's interesting. That's actually very progressive. Yeah, concat isn't what we want to do. It's casting, typecasting. But oh wait. Yeah, using typecasting can make the opposite function of ORD. That's right. I think ORD. Oh wait, ORD is, no, that's not what we want. Wait, ORD str, what is that? Yeah, it looks like there's nothing for concatenating in here when you concatenate a string with something else. Chord is like the opposite, where you go to, right? Double types, double type. I don't think I'm gonna find anything if I just type in HS Pascal. HS Pascal string. We've been here a few times, but this didn't help us. Perhaps we can look through here for concatenation, which looks like nobody did in any of these files. Int to string. Galactic Discat. You're on Discord now? I mean, on Twitch now? Oh, I see. Concat int to string possibly. Yeah, I just looked up int to string. I I don't know when you said that, but I just randomly found this. So let's try this real quick and see what happens. And it doesn't like that. But Java Jack says he's downloading it to trying it out. Okay. Yeah, I would love more people tinkering around with this. I think it's kind of cool. Concat? Two string? Like a concat doesn't look like it's highlighting. Oh, what is this? Oh. Int to string. Int to look up typecast. That might help. Nope, nothing here. And casts, maybe. What if I just type in this? HS Pascal and then int to string. Delphi. Might be helpful. Man, it's already 9 o'clock. That doesn't look like it's working. I thought surely we found it. The classical Pascal solution is str. Oh, you know what? This makes sense. Okay, I think what we need to do is str with local variables. For let's call it value string, and it takes a step and it returns a value. Okay, this might work, maybe. Nope, error in statement 170. Oh wait, what? Oh, 230. Sorry, 230. I was looking at the wrong thing. 230. Error in statement on 230. It's not saying 229, which makes me think that it actually did, like str might actually work. Error in statement. Syntax error, actually. Syntax error. Look at this. And this is hilarious. Draw characters, a bunch of spaces. As a, that's crazy. Oh, but you know what? What if this is the problem? What if I need to do single quotes? Ah. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, and it looks like it actually erases whatever's underneath it too. So I can continue to move around. Ooh. Alright, so look at section 7.3 in hspascal.pdf is what JavaJack says. So let's try to jump back over there. I'll catch up on chat. Give me one moment, okay? And section 7.3. Oh yeah, look, he does str here as well. Why did this not... Did I look at that earlier and then accidentally just overlook it? Yeah, you know what? I wonder if I've actually used str before. Nope. Okay. Interesting. There's an example of it. Draw an integer value. Yeah. I2S. Oh, wait, what? I2S. Oh, look at this. Draw an integer value into a screen field. I2S 120. Whoa. So you're saying that we could do something like this? That works too. Well, there's two solutions. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna actually increase the frame speed because the frame's killing me. Killing me. Where is that at? 6 per second? What was it at before? 30? I think 20 is what I'll set it to for now. Okay, so we got steps working. We have the procedure called draw stats. And right now it just shows this. But we need to draw stats at the beginning of the level too. So actually, anytime we do static map, static, what it's called? Yeah, map static. Anytime we draw the static map, I'm gonna go ahead and just draw the stats as well. And I think later on we'll do like draw UI stuff here. But so draw stats, back to that. And for length, we can do seven plus I2S step, except for we don't want that, we want to do length. If it compiles, unknown identifier. So what did we do for length? Oh, okay, so this seems to work. 241 is the error. Wait, what? No, 186. 186. Draw stats. Oh, dude. Draw stats is below it. Not hoisted up like other languages do it. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, so we draw the stats for steps, and we're gonna do wins, which is one less length, so 6. And we want to do deaths as well. And 7. And for wins, we'll do wins current level. For deaths, we'll do deaths at current level. These should be 0, except for when you die. It should decrease or increase deaths at current level. So dead, dude alive is what we're wanting. And dude alive. If not dude alive, then load level. Well, we want to do more than that. We want to increase deaths. Which we're gonna then be able to test. Let's see that before we load the level, just in case. And whenever we get to the exits spot, level complete, if level complete. Okay, so if level is complete, then we'll increase wins at the current level by 1. Okay, so now we have a way of testing wins and a way of testing deaths. But let's just load the same level. Actually, you know what? Draw stats. We don't want them to overlay. So X, Y, and we'll do what? I don't know. How many pixels do you think that is? Like 10 pixels? Maybe 8? Probably 8. So 8 and 6. And then when you beat the level, it'll just load the same level. We'll be able to test deaths and wins that way. This is a fun stream today. This is actually, I feel like we finally got the ball rolling and we're able to get a lot of progress made. Okay, so, oh, that's, looks like I do not have enough. Maybe one more length. Oh, sorry if this is giving you a seizure. All right, here we go. So yeah, deaths 0, wins 0. Step should increase. Does. And what? Oh, shoot. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. That was because the string length for how many characters were being drawn was calculating steps for all the stats instead of wins and then deaths, like the length of that string. So when I reached multiple digits, it messed up the other stats. But we should be good. Looks like it is. And so whenever I go through this portal, steps should go back to 0, wins should go to 1, and it should load the same level that I'm currently at. Perfect. But it looks like stats, it only erases the stats. It only erases what's being drawn. No, let me say it again. It's erasing what's underneath it as it writes the text, which is why the second digit is still there, because it's only erasing up to the end of this. So if we're going to do the draw stats procedure, we should erase the entire area. That's easy enough. Let's go to a level where you die and step into the trapdoor to test a death stat. Perfect. So get out of the magnifier. And I thought it was 10, maybe 10 or 12 pixels tall for the text. Let's see. Eraser. So what we're doing for the map tile, draw map tile to erase, is we're setting the rectangle here. We can use the same one. We'll just do different values in it. And so when we draw stats, we can clear the screen, or at least clear this area, the same function, or the same eraser object, and we'll just do 0 to, I guess screen width would be fine, but I don't know what that is. Is it 160? And the height will be 30, I guess, for all 3 rows of text. Triforce, what's going on, dude? Dude, you haven't been here for a few days. I think last stream got interrupted because a lot of my hardware was failing. I was just having a bad day. I've been having a bad few weeks, and everything seems to be going great. I've been doing a lot of I've been getting a lot of progress made, and Circuit Dude is so much further than you've seen it since last time. So thanks for showing up, man. Look, we got the stats going. Pretty much all the gameplay is taken care of. We got all this stuff taken care of since you've been here, so a lot of cool stuff. It looks like the eraser is not actually erasing anything, but that's because I forgot to use the erase rectangle function. Of course. So we set the rectangle, but then we have to use the rectangle. Oh shoot. And it looks like I got the X and Y reversed. Let me fix that real quick. Re-import and then restart it. Oops. All right, so when I go through this, the number 5 or number 4 shouldn't be drawn here. Perfect. Perfect. So the stats are being drawn the way we want. I did a mock-up a while back for this in NS Basic. Let me pull that up open. Man, this is gonna give me flashbacks. So if you were here on the first few streams, you remember me using this instead of Pascal to write up the game. It actually had a visual form editor, which is really cool. So you could see how I was trying to go for this, and I totally forgot we were going to do touchscreen controls, which is going to take up a large portion of the screen. So we need to fit stats at the top somehow, along with the direction input options here, and the temperature button. I think when you hold down the temperature button, I'll hide the D-pad and show the temperature gauge in this area instead. And then of course one of the stats that we can't forget is the level. I don't know if I want the menu title up here, which just says the name of the game. But definitely we want level. So let's go ahead and add that in. I think if we do that, we can have like stats here and then stats here, like in both corners. And I think we could even set the direction of the text, but maybe it's called justification. So it has justification, it looks like, for let's see, right align. If we can right align text that we draw with the WinDraw quick cars, that would be pretty cool, because then we could easily draw stuff in the corners. Let's go ahead and draw the level. So we'll put the steps in level first, in the top, in the left, and then in the right we'll do winds and depths, since that changes the least frequently, the least frequent. Current level +1. The human readable level is going to be +1, remember, for current level. Current level starts at 0 and goes to 74. Human readable current level will be 1 to 75. So that's why we add the +1 in there. And we'll do 10. And then here we'll have 0 and 10. But we'll have like an offset. Let's just do 100 for right now. See what that looks like. And we don't need to erase everything up to 30. We'll just erase everything up to 20 height for the eraser rectangle. Uh-oh, sleepy time. Okay, man. Java Jack, thanks for checking out the stream, dude. I appreciate you coming back. You know, if you guys are checking out my stream, this is just a general shout out. I'm trying to do all the videos on demand, all the VODs or whatever are gonna be on my YouTube channel, which is like right below, like in the middle, youtube.com/crate. So you can follow me there, catch up anything you miss. So Java Jack, as you leave, if you want to catch up tomorrow, it'll be there. If you're using Twitch or something like that, I'm not going to be posting the VODs there, but maybe down the road they might be. But my Twitch, if you want to subscribe, is right there, twitch.tv/thecrate. And my Twitter is right there. Yeah, there. So just throwing this out there for people who are swinging by who haven't followed me or something. But you know, if you're checking out the stream but heading to bed, good night. Thanks for chilling. Appreciate that. And hope you protect the chickens from the hungry cat. Yes. I will do my best to make sure he doesn't eat any tendies. Alright, let's get back to working on the game. We got these stats drawn here. It looks like they're okay for now. I'm gonna offset them by 1 pixel so they're not touching the edge of the screen. But I do want to see if I can justify. And it looks like if I just scroll through or search through, I can't find anything using right align, but maybe center align. So I'll look for that. Nope. Okay. Left align? So it looks like it's all stuff from the RCP files. And so if I want to use the alignment, I think I need to use an actual label. Will I add touch controls? Yeah, I will. I'm gonna add touch controls. That'll be probably, let's see. That might be next actually, because I need to do the temperature gauge. And I need a way to implement the temperature gauge. So, and I guess it's right underneath in-game buttons. So yeah, we'll do that next. And I'll try to use the actual like RCP stuff. You can see here that this person in their resource file, they have these like fields and buttons defined. We'll use the same thing and we'll just hide them and unhide them whenever we need them. Oh, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. Try4 says that the layout looks good. Mm-hmm. I wonder if I have to do anything special to draw this form. I'll look into that too, but I wonder if HS Pascal has anything along the lines of aligning text. Records, value. Bars. Oh, wait a minute. What was the other thing? Paint cars? Cars? Okay, so it looks like with this person right here, and theirs, it looks like they're doing some manual alignment. So I guess we'll have to do that too. So instead of starting at 100, we'll have to do the screen width 160 minus the length. And the length times, of course, the width of the pixels of the text. And that'll be the starting point for the line of text. And that will be, I'm gonna guess, let's see, how do you think that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 pixels wide. So we'll do that. And I said earlier that I just want to give 1 pixel padding. I think that the text already has that 1 pixel padding, the font. I'm not going to worry about that for the right side. I didn't do it properly for some reason. What is going on? Oh, I see. So I didn't include the extra characters 6 and 8. I did for the not the deaths. Wait, what? Okay, let me redo this. See what happens. Huh. This needs to be in parentheses too. A lot of weird parenthesis usage in Pascal. So these are not aligned properly. Times 6. Maybe it's 7 pixels and not 6 pixels. Or maybe it's 5 instead of 6. I'm off by 1, I believe, for the width of the font. Maybe I'm off by 1. So 5? Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is the width of the screen actually 160? Yeah. Or is it 140? Is the width 140 or 144? Let's look. It's 160 by 160. I'm off by 5. Yeah, I don't quite understand why I'm off by 5 pixels, but maybe 6 pixels. I'll have to do more testing on that later. But okay, for now the stats look fine. Oh, except for looks like if I move and I push against something that's not I'm not supposed to be able to move into, still counts as a movement, which is not good. So we actually need to do steps +1. Oh, step. What we called it. So if you can enter and can leave, then that's when we check. That's when we move. And I don't want it to where if you step on a conveyor belt, that increases your movement as well, which I think it might. Let's check it out. If so, then we're gonna have to change that. Yeah, you see it going up as I move on that conveyor belt. So the move dude needs a new parameter, which is called automatic. It's going to be Boolean. And so instead of checking to see if it's falling, we'll say if not automatic. And anytime we use move dude, we need to introduce automatic or not. So for instance, when we step on a conveyor belt with the onEnter function, move dude moving up on the conveyor belt that's pointing upwards is going to be true. It's an automatic movement that the player has no control over. And for falling, same thing. And but whenever you move with one of these you want to say false. But you know, now that I look at this, I think I don't like that. I don't like this at all. Instead, what I want to do is make a function called a variable called move direction integer move direction a, and then instead of saying move dude multiple times, we'll say move direction becomes whatever that is supposed to be. And then down here, we'll check if move, okay, if not move direction equals to say, then move dude move direction false. Okay. a way to make it a little bit more foolproof. And let's see if we use this function anywhere else. I don't think we do. Nope, okay. So that should fix two things. One, trying to push into a block or move into something that, you know, is a wall, and also moving on conveyor belts. It looks like I messed up. So let's see, 427. Oh. I think I'm not doing the parameters properly for this function. Oh, I need to put a semicolon here, not a comma. Weird Pascal stuff. Alright, so this is a good level to test on right here. If I push up, I should not see steps increase, which I don't. Perfect. And if I step onto a conveyor belt right here, it should go from 13 to 14, but then I should reach the end of the conveyor belt without my steps increasing. Excellent. And just to test, we'll step on this falling, this trapdoor that's open. And I should see steps increase by 1 because I'm stepping onto it, but that's it. Oh. Okay, perfect. So that's all good. Yeah, that's all good. I want to see what it looks like if I increase my depth count to a double-digit depth. Bear with me for a moment. I want to make sure that the text align is properly working. If it's not, then I'm going to have to test this a lot and it's going to be kind of annoying. We should see the text for depth in the top right scoot over a little bit. Yep, perfect. Perfect, perfect. That looks good. Okay, so we did that. In-game stats look like they're fine, so we're going to cross that off. And maybe we should do the temperature after we do the in-game buttons. Oh, hey buddy, what's up? My cat's asking for attention now. Okay. This is a really good stream. I feel like I've been pretty productive. Oh, one of the things that we also need to do eventually is to, for these walls, they need to be smushed together. Similar to the Arduboy Circuit Dude version. I think I've mentioned it a few times on the stream so far. It's something that scares me a little bit because getting it to work on the Arduboy was a pain in the booty. So you can see here how it looks like there's one big line for the borders. The same level on the Arduboy looks like this, how there's a bunch of squares. So we need to somehow eliminate that and basically get them to merge together, which I have kind of like an algorithm made for. So we can kind of base our guidance off of that, base our steps off of that. So, Let's I guess let's try to do some buttons then. Yeah. So what we're gonna have to do for this is actually regenerate the resources, which is this RCP file. I alluded to it earlier. And we'll actually have to modify that. Right now it just kind of holds references to our images and some of our constants that we use. Oh. Go ahead and kind of copy what these guys use. For their buttons. So I think it's just called button, or maybe repeater. Okay, so it looks like this. Forms, menus, alert, strings, bitmaps, traps, application, icons. So it looks like we have to actually create a form that the buttons live inside of. And it might look something like this. I don't know what save behind means. Usable. I think save behind means save stuff behind the form, like it can be a pop-up. So we might not need that. See, the option forms kind of saves behind because it's a modal, but the main menu one doesn't. Pull down NicoCat. Let's kind of copy this. Oh, that's a menu. I think. Main menu. Okay. So oh, I see. Main form. So that's a constant resource. So NicoCat, we looked at the code when we were looking earlier at the Pascal stuff. We're kind of doing things slightly different. And I think I can I think what I'm going to do is define my form and my data, my form data here. So define form. And I think I'll have all my forms be like 4,000 something. Actually, what is NicoCat RCP? Where is this defined? I think it's NicoCat res.pas. Main form. Oh, it's 1,000. Well, I don't know what the nomenclature or the naming convention is for this, but just to be safe, I'll do form main and I'll set it to 4,000. So I think what I'm supposed to do is say form ID form main, which is supposed to be like a placeholder for 4,000 at, and then the location on the screen. And I don't know what frame is supposed to be. Maybe that it's so framed. Huh. And I don't think save behind this. I'll get rid of the main menu ID and button stuff. Button. Do this button. Temp. The ID will be temp at, I don't know, man. Let's say x of 1, y of 20. No. 100, sure. And the width will be 40 and height will be 40. Usable, left anchor, frame. I'm not sure what frame is. Maybe it's like default frame, like the outline or border. And so maybe like frame could be like 0 or something. Font 0, that's kind of self-explanatory. It's which font's being used. So to use that, we have to generate the resource file. Luckily, I kind of kept some notes. And to generate it, we need to copy paste code. pilrc -ro circuit dude res.rcp. It looks like that went through without a problem. And to be able to use these now, the circuit dude res.pas file, I have to make constants with these. And main form, NicoCat uses this main form, so I'll scour through that. Form go to form. Form go to form. All right, and now I think we need to compile the Pascal code, and it worked. So I guess that is a built-in function, form go to form. And we'll just load that up and see if we see that button or not. Don't. I wonder. Let's look for some test stuff here. Form, FRM, go to. Get active form. Form, draw form. Does NicoCat do that? Form, draw. It does. So does that mean I have to go to that form? Form pointer. Key form. Key form is get active form. Form, get active form. Form init form. Form set active form. Form ID. Form ID equals event data form load form ID. I have no. This is an application handle event form. So I think I need to implement this stuff into application handle event, which I have something similar. Maybe it's called the same thing. Handle event. But I definitely need this get form, get active form, and also form set active form. Wait, do I need to do that? Get active form. Where? Let's use that. Main form, go to form, main form. Okay. And whenever I'm unloading, I see form. Okay, so I have to also make sure I get rid of that stuff when I leave. So. Oh wait, look at that! I actually get rid of the. Like I do destroy the form. Okay, good on me. Good for me. Okay, so if that's the case, do that here as well. Main. I think maybe the when erase rectangle is erasing the form that I draw with the go-to form. That might be the issue. So let's try recompiling this. Toss it back into the emulator. Okay, so it's not being drawn, which makes me think I might have to manually draw. Form, draw, form. Let me try forcing that draw to happen and see what happens. So I try to draw null. Go-to form. Well, I don't know if that sets my active form though. form init form. That's so form pointer. Try a few combinations of this stuff real quick. I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to do, because I don't know if these functions that load the form automatically draw it, or if you have to manually draw it, but we'll check that out. We'll see. And looks like it doesn't want us to load that. Form pointer equals init form main. Form main 4000. The RCP file is definitely so form active form, set active form. Let's just do init form. Okay, so it looks like init form is going to try to create a form. I think that this will cause a crash if we just set the active form to form pointer, but I don't know if this takes a resource or if it takes a pointer. Set active. It looks like the set active form is only happening here in application handle event. So it looks like there's a start application form, go to form. Pretty straightforward, I guess. I mean, that's what I did for sure. I wonder if maybe there's a reason why this isn't being drawn. Oh, wait a minute. X and Y. But So it should be drawn about right here. And if it's 40 by 40 pixels, it should look something like this. I thought surely there'd be a way to do some sort of FRM go to that. The heck am I doing? FRM. What is it called? FRM go to. So this one's a pretty straightforward program. Guess if I look for, oh, actually, look at this. This is actually what I'd prefer to do. I knew there was something like this, but I totally forgot how to write it in. But yeah, we can create a resource this way. Let's do that. Oh my gosh, yeah, let's get rid of this nasty stuff over here. I don't want to get that crap. Get rid of this. Boom, baby, it's gone. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, over here we can just throw this in. We were looking at some of the stuff when we were trying to look at binary data, putting binary data in here, like raw level data. Okay, but this is Gucci. I don't like the lack of basis here. It hurts my head. Gotta give this some sort of formatting. Actually, I think it might be wrong to do that because this might be a macro. Menu res? Is menu res a menu? Let's see. This is where I knew it was in this document somewhere. I knew it was in here. I knew it was in here. Oh my, ooh. I think I don't want this help. I don't want this menu in here. Hmm. There we go. Well, this one uses a menu too. I don't want alerts. Actually, what is a resource called? The resource type or res deform. Look for one without a menu and see if you can just not put the Main menu. Okay. Menu. 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 This one has a form but no menu. What does that look like? 000 00. Okay, so I think I could just put 0 here for no menu, which is what I want. And main eraser button. I think we can just do test button here. And I think, what is this? Form button? Test button. Oh, there's got to be an ID associated with this, right? Or do you, how do you use events from that button? Go to form. Close all forms. Huh. That's a new function I haven't seen. We don't need this form pointer anymore. Looks like we say we act. Huh. Close. I don't know what. Actually, this might be a procedure that they wrote. Nope. Okay, well, I'll comment this out for now. Oh. Okay. Totally forgot we need spaces here instead of tabs. Instead of test, we'll just type temp. Call this temp button for the temperature gauge. And we'll start the level, or start the emulator again with the new compiled version. And it doesn't do anything. Unless, let's get rid of the draw stats. Anything that has to do with drawing these stats, just exit here. Not finish drawing. So the stats aren't drawn. I thought maybe something would be drawn behind it, but it looks like that's not the problem, or not the issue. Main form. So what does this over here do? Main form. So upon application start, so on begin, if application start, so application start, what does this do? It looks like you can throw in a resource into a function. Whoa, that's weird. Test. Hello. Howdy, dude. Form alert. see if this works. We might. 790. Oh, error. Okay, you have to. Okay. I think I need to use window to be able to draw window stuff. Oh, but I do. And I use form too. That would have been my second guess. Arrow. ERR. This might give me a casting error. Nope. Howdy, dude. So this alert works. That's pretty cool. And if this works, then it makes me think that. So what the heck? Oh wait. This manager without works establishing a valid draw window. Huh. Draw window? This example use draw window? Draw form. Where does it do that at? Handle event. Form event. Form open event. That event. With event. Ooh. So type of form open event. Begin. Draw form. Okay. And form load event. Form. That active is in form dot. I guess I need to do this too. Form. So this is what NicoCat calls it too for its form pointer. I'll just call it the same thing. I guess that's some standard. Unknown identifier and file. Form is not known. Okay, so it doesn't know what form pointer is. Form. The only pointer is it looks like. I'm actually super surprised you guys are watching me do all this because this is like a lot more boring compared to what we were just doing. So thanks for chilling with me. So I put P form right here. Data form load form ID 566324. You're listening to me program while you're eating dinner? I mean, that's cool. Thank you. But oh man. I started doing the streaming stuff kind of because I'm going crazy from this quarantine stuff. Like I'm a tool developer at a game studio, and I I work with a lot of people. We have a lot of people in my company, and um, I'm kind of one of the few tool developers there are. So whenever people need stuff, they have to ask me for it, and there's a lot of back and forth communication. I try to go through and figure out what they're looking for, and they try to tell me what they're needing, and eventually I come up with something. But like it's really difficult now being in a situation where you're working from home to have that daily conversation and communication, and I'm just like alone in a room without anybody to talk to about programming, and it's kind of getting to me a little bit. I love talking to people, I love socializing and stuff. So somebody suggested like watching people programming in a stream, and there's a guy on Twitch called Kit Boga, and he calls like scammers and stuff, and he has like a virtual machine. Long story short, he like programs like a fake bank, and these scammers try to get money out of it, and he exposes them. And sometimes he'll do streams where he programs, and it's pretty cool to watch. It's kind of good background noise or whatever. But somebody was suggesting that to kind of get the itch out, I should try programming on stream or something, and see if that feels good, or if people are like, obviously if people are watching and talking and stuff like that, it feels more like a conversation, or feels more like a kind of a creative outlet where it's like a social creative outlet, I guess you could say. So it's kind of fun doing this, but if you have food in front of you, by all means, definitely eat it. Yeah, your physical office closed down. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm in Texas, and Texas is going through a lot of crazy ups and downs. Mostly ups I mean, well, technically downs, but our numbers are skyrocketing for coronavirus stuff. So kind of difficult to make time to go see people. And I'm taking this very seriously, so I'm not going out for like any reason. Okay, so let's try to get back to this form stuff. I'm having a syntax error. Unknown identifier on line 566. So I don't think E form is the issue. Maybe form init form is the problem. So maybe this uses something I don't use yet. I think I saw it. So let's kind of copy and paste this in and go one by one. Event, form, rect, menu. I don't think we need menu. Serial manager old, window, and HSUtil. I think I have all those, so. Oh yeah, you had some rain earlier today. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain too. It was sprinkling when I started the stream, but then it just dissipated. I wish it would rain a little bit more. You said you were in Denton, Zoda, so um, if you get the weather. I think for like the next 10 days, it's supposed to be clear. Huh. Yeah. No rain for me for a while. It's gonna be hot. More of a reason to stay in, I guess. But a lot of people are gonna be going to the lake and stuff, and there's so many people out there. And my new apartment is like right next to. If I could face the camera that way, like there's a wall with a huge window. In the window, I can see like people swimming in the swimming pool down there. There's so many people just all times of the day swimming. You know what I didn't test yet? I did not test. Hmm. Did not look to see if there was this form init form function in the docs, but it looks like there's not. Let's see if the Nico Cat uses it. I think the Nico Cat is the one I have most experience with. I showed it in one of the streams a while back, I think, but I actually had it on my Palm Pilot back in the day, so I remember clearly what that app was like. Form ID is an integer, so form ID. Okay, active form. Okay, so it does use the form pointer, but it just happens to take another step and put the ID, the form ID. Hey Zoda, are you experiencing any of the Sahara sand over there? So for me in Austin, there's like a huge wave of the sand that's like entering into Texas from the Sahara Desert, from across the ocean, and apparently it was just reaching Austin in uh, Friday evening, and today was supposed to be the last day of it. But honestly, like today was the most hazy, and I've never really seen anything like that. It wasn't like a brown sky or anything. It was just kind of darker than normal, and there was a lot of clouds. But supposedly, it's kind of like a once in a long time kind of event. I'm gonna look up all functions that are starting with FRM. Oh, not in mine. Uh, EcoCat, or maybe the Hello World FRM function. There's none. Main form. Wait a minute. The Hello World doesn't even use the form. It sets a main form, but it's not referenced anywhere. Huh. Why does that do that? Maybe they just copy pasted it from another project. Okay, so this Doodle HS, I showed a few streams ago. It does use the main form that they create in the resources. So they do go to form. My problem was the init form. Do that in this? They do. Form init form. Set active form. Set event handler. Did that. I wonder if I need to do. I know that doesn't make sense. I'm going to look at it one more time. I have my form pointer right here called pform, and I set it to form init data. Oh, that's right. Of course. I don't access the data the same way. Of course. Oh my gosh. Okay. Boom. That was it. But I still don't have faith that this will work. Let me get rid of that pop-up real quick to see if we can. Line 784. Up to. Let me get rid of that pop-up and see if anything fixes magically by itself. I still am reading from nothing. It's gotta be from. I wonder if these events are what's causing it. Let me get rid of these events real quick. I'll throw them back in if I'm dying. My program's dying. Okay, so it's definitely one of these events. The open event or it's the load event. So I think I'm going to get rid of the load event real quick. The open event. The open event draws. The load event. What does that do? That set the form as active? Okay, so the open form event also died, also killed it. Let me try swapping them around and only work with the load event, the form load event. So they both have problems. Hit active form. What if I comment out form, go to form? Then I should never hit those events, right? Or will those events always fire? Okay, so once I got rid of that, it wasn't a big issue. So I think I need to look at this a little bit more. I think we're on the right track. Oh, look at this. If not form dispatch event. So it's looking at the event types and doesn't handle the event if it's a form dispatch event. So we'll throw that in here as well. Oh, actually, these are backwards. So if not form dispatch event. I think I wrote begin twice. Okay. Maybe that will cut the events from being fired. Did I put them back in? I didn't even put them back in, I don't think. Oh, I did put them back in, okay. Maybe that'll prevent the events from getting fired prematurely, just causing me to jump to null. Oh. I think this memory address is basically the null location. This access usually indicates that the application is calling a window manager function without first establishing a valid draw window. I think it's form draw form get active form. So this is null, or maybe it might be this one. And it's null, so it's not finding the correct form. We want to actually load main form. Kind of look to see where else they do main form stuff. I have it in this main function. Is that right? Form, go to form, main form. I might have to look into this more. It is getting a little bit late, so I think I might end the stream here in about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll play around with this a little bit more. Maybe look in the document a little bit more. Form load event and form open. Hmm. Hmm. I wonder if we can draw a button without drawing a form. Like we can't because it's a form button. Hmm. Hmm. Virtual play? Zoda, you said you've been playing a lot of Virtual Boy games? If I remember correctly, these like burn your eyeballs. Have you been playing it? Have you been playing it with like a VR headset? It looks like it would hurt. Oh, cool. I should play some more classic games. To try to find some time to play some more emulators and stuff. I want to play the new Star Wars game that came out, the pod racing game for Switch. Still haven't bought that yet. Maybe I'll play that tonight after the stream. Hmm. Okay, so I guess where we left it off tonight is creating a form. But I think, man, I think that's what we're gonna have to stop for the night because I'm unable to make a form. I'll have to start from scratch and create a new project and purely try to load a form and see what I can do to just get like the bare bone skeleton of a form loaded, and then kind of take that code and implement it into CircuitDude to see maybe what I'm overlooking. Maybe there's some code that's existing in the CircuitDude that's just not it's just killing it, or maybe I'm forgetting to include a library or something like that. So I think for now that's probably where I'm going to leave it for the code. Um, PS4 got that episode 1 Racer Revenge. What? What are you talking about? Episode 1 Racer Revenge PS4. Hmm? What is this? Star Wars Racer Revenge? What is this? What is this game? Limited Run sold it, but I've never heard of this. Oh, Racer Revenge for the PS2. Okay, I see. So it's like an upscaled version of that, but it's also on the Vita. Oh, second screen support for game manuals. Well, that's weird. But oh man. Okay, I'll have to look more into this, but I'm probably gonna just play the original on the Switch. It has like motion controls and stuff. But yeah, for the game for Palm Pilot, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for the night. I appreciate you guys chilling with me and giving me recommendation on stuff. I think I might want to go get a smoothie or a milkshake. Probably get a smoothie or a milkshake. Somebody told me earlier about milkshakes, so I was like, oh, gotta go get one. Zoda, I think it was you. So I need to go get another milkshake. Play some pod racing games and stuff. But I think this is, like I said earlier, this is like a good amount of progress. But I think that for the next one, I just need to come back with a form that's loaded, that's bare bones, implement it into this, and then once we get the buttons and stuff working, we can work with the temperature increasing like the Arduboy has, and then you can blow yourself up and start a new level. And then once that happens, like all the gameplay is there, like everything gameplay related, and so we can do main menus, and possibly like custom the level editor. Of course, we're gonna need to throw that in there, and beaming levels and receiving levels and levels from pump from your SD card, all that stuff. Which that's going to be a whole can of worms, but maybe we'll find some people that are willing to kind of give some of their insight on. But if you're, I still have a lot of people watching. Like 5 people are still here, even though I said I was ending the stream shortly. So thanks for you guys who are like talking and hanging out with me. But if you're here and you're not talking, that's totally fine. But all I ask is that maybe you follow me on the YouTube, or following me on Twitch. That would be pretty cool. So youtube.com/crate and twitch.tv/thecrate. Yeah, I think this was stream number 9 or 10. The first 2 didn't count because they were with NS Basic and they were crap. But I'm hoping to get this wrapped up probably in like the next 3 streams. And I feel like every time I come on here, I make even more progress. The last stream, I had a lot of technical issues, so we didn't get too far. So every time I come back on, I feel like we're getting more progress per minute. So it's just a matter of time before finishing and then moving on to the next project. So I appreciate you guys chilling with me. And hope you have a great night, and stay inside please, and wear a mask if you have to go out. But other than that, I'll go ahead and get out here. Okay.